How about this? What if the key to your greatest dreams is inside you? What if you could change your world by just changing the way you think? You're about to go on an amazing journey into the depths of your brain, where you will find a world full of endless options. Bring out your inner power and learn how to use it as a force to draw in the wealth, health, and happiness you deserve. Get rid of the limits you've put on yourself and change the rules of the game. This audiobook is based on the life-changing lessons of Joseph Murphy. It will teach you the art of auto-suggestion and how to develop a winning attitude that will help you reach your goals. But this isn't just about getting ahead at work or in your personal life. It's a call to completely change yourself and your mind in order to create the life you've always dreamt of. Chapter 1. Figuring out how the mind works. Our minds are one thing, but they work on two different levels, and each level has its own features and powers. One is the objective mind, which is focused on the outside world, and the other is the subjective mind, which is affected by ideas and feelings. The objective mind uses our five senses to understand the world. It learns from what it sees, feels, hears, and reads. This is the part of us that thinks about things and makes choices based on what we know about the outside world. The subjective mind, on the other hand, works separately from the senses and understands through feeling and perception. Thoughts and feelings are stored there, and it works best when the aware mind is quiet. The intelligence leads us in our dreams and gives us ideas and new ways of looking at things. Some of the amazing skills that the subjective mind has are vision, clairaudience, and telepathy. It can get to information that our senses can't, showing secret facts and letting us reach our full potential. To fully learn the art of prayer and creation, we need to understand how these two ideas work together. The subjective mind does what the conscious mind tells it to do without question and is always open to suggestions. This is like rich dirt, in that it is ready to accept and support the seeds of our beliefs and ideas. Everything that has happened to you is because of thoughts and ideas that are deeply rooted in your mind. Our world and the life we want can be shaped by the choices we make about the thoughts and beliefs we hold. Think of your conscious mind as the captain of the ship, telling the crew in the engine room to do what they're told without question. We live our lives based on the thoughts and ideas we have, and the captain's deeds and views guide the ship. To use the power of the inner mind, you need to understand this link. We can reach our full potential and create a life full of joy, wealth, and happiness by choosing to think and believe positive and powerful thoughts. Will you be ready to lead your ship in a different direction? Seeing how powerful your mind is the first step on the journey. Have you ever thought about why that coffee late at night keeps you up? That's just your inner mind trying to wake you up because it thinks that's what you want. The ancient Egyptians knew this link and thought that the heart was where the inner mind lived. Your inner mind is very strong and soaks up your thoughts and feelings. It doesn't fight or judge. It just believes what you tell it to believe and makes those beliefs come true. Think about what could happen. Do you want to get better? Relax, clear your mind, and focus on the healing power that's already inside you. Say to yourself that your body is already healing and let go of any anger or hurt. You should do this several times a day and believe that your inner mind, which built your body, can also fix it. But watch out for bad mantras, as they can stop you from achieving your goals. Would you trust a therapist who always had doubts about their patient's ability to get better? In the same way, your doubts and fears affect your subconscious mind, which stops you from moving forward. Your inner mind is a huge source of raw power that is just waiting to be used. We can learn to use the huge amount of power and knowledge that is inside us in the same way that we learn to manage electricity with lines and switches. From Edison to Einstein and many others, Successful people have used their inner minds to reach new heights. They knew that being able to reveal this secret power would allow them to do amazing things in business, the arts, and science. Imagine that you had a personal generator that gave you endless energy and ideas. This energy can help you feel better, get rid of stress and anger, and make your dreams come true. When you're not thinking about anything, your inner mind can come to the surface and give you ideas. Have you ever thought about a problem all night and then found the answer when you woke up? That is your mind working in the background. Your inner mind is always listening and acting on what you tell it. Your inner mind is there to help you, whether you want to wake up at a certain time or make sure your child is safe. Get access to the amazing power of your subconscious mind and reach your full potential. The first step on the trip is to understand and accept this amazing force that lives inside you. Part 2. The subconscious mind's part in health. The amazing healing skills of the subconscious mind are making the whole world go crazy. People from all walks of life are learning that they have the power to fix themselves naturally, and the results are truly amazing. Although osteopathy, chiropractic medicine, and naturopathy all have their own ways of helping people get better, they all work on the same basic idea: the power of the subconscious mind and the process of faith. The awareness and the subconscious are two separate parts of your mind. The subconscious mind is always open to suggestions and is in charge of all the functions, situations, and feelings in your body. What this means is that your views and thoughts have an effect on your health. We saw how the power of suggestion can make someone sick with almost any disease through hypnosis. On the other hand, it can also lead to amazing health. We can see from this that both the cause and the cure of sickness are in the mind. Your inner mind is the only part of you that can heal you. It knows just what to do to fix a cut or heal a wound. The urge to protect oneself is the main job of the inner mind, and when we say nature heals, we're talking about this rule. Faith that heals is a certain way of thinking, an inner confidence, and a hope that the best will happen. Most of the time, it's best for the aware and subconscious brains to be on the same page when it comes to faith. People who don't believe in matter or their own bodies can still go through deep recovery. Any technique, method, or process that changes the way you think or makes you feel differently about something is true. Healing happens when the mind changes or when the way you think changes. Whether you think that holy objects can heal or that certain rivers can heal, the effects you see are because of the strong message that was sent to your subconscious mind. In the end, the mending is done by the mind. True scientific mental health happens when the conscious and subconscious brains work together in a way that is led by science. When a person is calm and open, their subconscious mind is open to thoughts of being in perfect health. It is important to understand how the inner mind works, even for people who deny their illness or their own body. By calming down and becoming open to new ideas, we can get past the resistance of our conscious mind and let our subconscious hear and act on powerful healing and well-being thoughts. The person who does mental healing is not affected by the patient's questions or skepticism. When the aware mind is calm and sleepy, resistance is low, which makes it possible for amazing things to happen. A lot of people say that these results are due to their own theory, but the truth is much more general. Throughout history, many mending methods, from mesmerism to modern medicine, have worked amazingly well to fix people. Even though each practitioner may say that their success is due to a different theory, the truth is that they all use the same healing power that lives in everyone's hidden mind. Regardless of the method, the process of healing is a clear and positive mental state, an inner certainty, or a way of thinking that is called faith. This kind of sure belief sends a strong message to the subconscious mind, which then can start to fix itself. Healing isn't really that different from person to person. Faith is the most important thing, even though everyone has their own favorite idea and method. When you have hope, good things will happen. The Los Angeles Examiner recently wrote about a new study being done at the University of Redlands. People with a wide range of illnesses are being given prayer treatment to try out. Patients have reported big changes in their situations, which is a good sign for the future. The clinic's head, Dr. William R. Parker, makes it clear that prayer therapy is not a magic cure-all. Instead, it is a science way to use the power of prayer on the subconscious mind. Because many illnesses start in the conscious mind, prayer treatment can change the conscious mind to deal with the reasons of these illnesses in the subconscious. Fear, hate, guilt, and feeling like you're not good enough are 4 basic personality problems that are at the heart of many inner problems. Psychological tests were used in the Redlands prayer treatment studies to find these problems. Then, patients were helped to deal with them through prayer and group talks. Patients are told to pray often, especially right before bed, because that's when their subconscious mind is most open to new ideas. The main focus is on positive praying that stresses love and a positive view of God and the world. The power of the inner mind and the ability of faith to change things is shown by this new way of healing. The message is a lesson that we all have the power to fix ourselves, and that by using our thoughts, we can do amazing things. Our prayers are not requests to be healthy. They are promises to get better from the illness we want to deal with. When someone says these mantras over and over with passion, they sink into their subconscious mind and become a part of their reality. By focusing on and changing negative mental habits through prayer, we can get rid of the underlying reasons of physical illnesses. I lead a part of the Wilshire Ebel Theatre every Sunday called The Healing Silence. I start by telling everyone to calm down, let go, and concentrate. The goal is to quiet the conscious mind that is questioning and fill the minds of those who are willing to listen with new ideas about health, peace, joy, and plenty. If someone is open to these ideas, they often get better or their prayers are answered. The subconscious mind is moving in this way, and many people report amazing effects every week. I want to talk about some important parts of how the subconscious mind works. A man once asked me why he kept getting headaches even though he kept telling himself, "My head doesn't hurt." The subconscious mind doesn't easily accept inconsistencies. It will only believe and accept as true what you really think and feel. To really impress the subconscious mind, you need to get it to work with you. The pain will go away if you can tell your mind that you don't have a headache. I told him to say aloud, "It is passing away now," several times in a calm voice. This method hit home with his subconscious mind, and he felt better. It hasn't come back since, and he said, "It will never return." In another case, there was a woman who had eczema. When she used salve, her condition would get better, but it would come back when she quit. We learned that she was constantly afraid that the psoriasis would come back, which was a strong message to her subconscious mind. One part of her mind would fight, "No, your skin is not perfect." To stop this, she would say, "I am whole, pure, and perfect. My skin is perfect. I am healed." This caused a conflict in her mind, so she decided to say, "It is getting better now," several times a day. This comment didn't make her feel bad about herself, and her face slowly got better. Believe that your mind will fix you. It made your body and knows everything about it much better than your conscious mind. Do not try to force or trick them. Instead, concentrate on ideas and statements that are good. If someone says, "I am whole, pure, and perfect," they might not see results because they aren't really sure of it. Because of each person's own opinion, blind faith can lead to results. A doctor friend of mine once told me that he got better after having an infection in his lung by focusing on health and peace before going to sleep. He knew that the subconscious mind works even when you're asleep, so he told it to think about good things. Stop focusing on your illnesses and stop giving them power by calling them names. Your fear and attention only make them stronger. Instead, train to be a skilled mental surgeon and cut off your worries like tree twigs that are dead. By focusing on positive thoughts and mantras, you can use your subconscious mind's healing power to make your life full of health and happiness. These images often come true in the way we fear the most. To really get the subconscious mind's attention, we need to make it do what we want it to do, sent by the mind that is aware. Dreams are the best way to make this move happen. Know that there is an infinite amount of knowledge and power in your inner mind. Focus on picturing what you want and see it come true. Think about the little girl who had a very bad sore throat and kept saying, "It is passing away now. It is passing away." Within an hour, her illness went away. Adopt this method with innocence and simplicity. If you want to work with your inner mind, don't use force or resistance. Use your creativity instead of grit. Imagine the result you want and the feelings of freedom that come with it. Even if your mind tries to get in the way, keep your childlike faith and picture yourself without any pain or worries. Give up anything complicated and welcome simple. Don't forget that your body shows how your cerebral and subconscious thoughts are working together. Both the voluntary and automatic nerve systems can work together or separately. These two systems are linked by the vagus nerve, which lets the subconscious mind affect how the body works. Every cell and function in your body has its own group intelligence that works with the conscious mind, which is the main mind. Because of this, the lungs group intelligence replied positively to the psychologist's good ideas. Our goal is to take the mystery out of how the mind works and figure out how it works. When you're calm, your subjective mind comes out and starts to work on the right routines that the doctor suggests. Through the vagus nerve, the mind's physical activity is set off. In the time between sleep and waking, the mind breaks free from the limits of matter, time and space, claiming its natural freedom. As a student of Quimby's, Dr. Evans could pause his conscious mind and identify sicknesses through inner illumination, all while staying aware of what was going on around him. Clairvoyance is a power of the subconscious mind that Quimby, Dr. Evans, and others were able to use to see clearly into people's minds, including their sicknesses, how bad they were, and what was causing them. This helped them heal their patients a lot. Looking at the issue, finding the answer that is hidden in the subconscious mind, and then being sure that it is done are all normal parts of the healing process. Do not make your treatment less effective by adding doubt or confusion. Your body's cells will carefully follow any plan that your conscious mind sends them through your subconscious. The boss is how you feel about the work that needs to be done. Know that you deserve health and peace. Become smart by letting the healing power of your inner mind flow through you. A lack of faith and too much work are common reasons why people fail. Tell your inner mind what you want until it agrees, then let go and rest. You can leave a lasting impression on your subconscious mind by relaxing. This lets the moving energy behind your idea take over and make it come true. Don't forget that this will pass too. A close look at single-celled animals shows how mind and body work together in interesting ways, even in the smallest life forms. Even though these creatures don't have any complicated processes, they show how the mind works by doing simple things like moving, eating, assimilating, and eliminating. The work that Dr. Alexis Carrel did with chicken hearts adds to this idea by showing that life can continue even without a full organic system. Our bodies show what's going on in our minds, and our real power is in our psyche. The inner mind is very big and very deep, and we're just now starting to understand how it works. Many people believe that the body has a mind that takes care of it if we leave it alone. This is true, but the problem is that the conscious mind gets in the way, usually because of what we see and what we think is true. When you feel and think in ways that make your inner mind believe in fear, false ideas, and bad habits, it follows set plans. Your subjective self, which is the basic unity that holds everything together, works hard to make sure you are happy and healthy. Just think about what people like Edison, Carver, Einstein, and many others have done by tapping into the power of their inner minds. Have faith in your skills and abilities. Our biggest flaw is that we often don't trust the skills of our inner mind. What good is knowing that you're great in theory if you can't show it to other people? Self-awareness and feeling work together to help you heal and make your dreams come true. Remember that getting results doesn't always mean that a method is scientifically sound. The power is in believing and accepting it, not in the tool itself. Your inner mind won't listen to you if you're tense and worried. Like a master mechanic who can fix any part of your life or body, all you have to do is relax to use its full power. Don't worry about the how or the details. Just keep your mind on the end goal. Feel good about the answer, whether it has to do with your health, money, or job. Remember how good it felt to get better after being sick. That feeling is what all mental examples are based on. Your new idea needs to be felt as if it were happening right now, not in the future. One of the students who came to my talks on the miracles of the mind had eye problems that needed surgery. The Nancy School taught him to say a simple statement over and over again before bed every night, like a song. By picturing his eye doctor telling him, "A miracle has happened," he made an impression on his subconscious mind, which then healed his eyes. Once again, this shows what amazing things your mind can do. Accept the power of your inner mind and let the endless options inside you shine through. In Chapter 3, we look at the unconscious causes of alcoholism. Alcoholism is a mental disease that needs a mental cure. Someone who drinks every day for days, weeks, or even months is not just a regular drinker. They are motivated by a strong urge that has been ingrained in their minds through repeated actions that have made a strong pattern. Fear of giving in to an alcoholic's cravings makes those desires stronger. They want to drink more because they remember binging in the past and picture how easy and relaxed they would feel. Only having the courage to break the cycle won't work. To be more specific, the more a drinker tries to break their habit, the stronger their resolve becomes. This is because the thought that they have no control over the habit takes over their thoughts. The inner mind always acts on the most important thought. In this case, it's the idea that they can't beat their addiction. When an alcoholic takes their first drink, it sets off a habitual urge in their mind that leads them down a familiar road. This is where the law of negative effort comes in. When your fantasy and your wish clash, your imagination always wins. "I've tried so hard. I've used all the willpower I have," the drinker may say, but this only makes them think they'll fail. The subconscious mind takes the better of two statements that are at odds with each other. In this case, it's the idea that they can't quit. To really beat drinking, we need to get the help of our subconscious mind. It reacts to how we feel, what we believe, and what we are sure of. By using the sleep method, the drinker can avoid the inner struggle. As the aware mind goes off to sleep, less effort is needed and the brain is more open to what it needs. Now is the perfect time to give it new, good ideas. This was known by the French School of Therapeutics in 1910, when they said that the most mental information comes to the surface right before and right after waking up. While you're in this state, you're less likely to have negative thoughts that could stop your desire and stop your mind from accepting it. We can help drinkers break free from their unhealthy habits and build a new, better life by knowing the power of the subconscious mind and using techniques like the sleep method. Here's an easy way that a man who had been drinking for 40 years beat his habit. Find a comfortable spot and take it easy. Your body and start to feel sleepy. Affirmation: I am completely free from this habit. Sobriety and peace of mind reign supreme. Say this slowly, quietly, and lovingly twice a day for 10 to 15 minutes each time. After 3 weeks, he had no drive to drink at all. Each time he said the statement, it made him feel more strongly about it. He would say the statement out loud every time he had a desire. This tricked his inner mind into accepting his new reality. This method works because it gets around the reluctance of the conscious mind and talks straight to the subconscious. There is no need to be strong or use force. Instead, think about what you want to happen and picture yourself already free from the drug. Another man I helped had been clean for months and was proud of his accomplishment. People praised his strong willpower, but sometimes an overwhelming urge would take over, which would cause him to return. This trend kept happening, which made him think he couldn't control his problem. This idea that he had no control turned into a self-fulfilling narrative, which made his problem even worse. I taught him how to get his conscious and subconscious thoughts to work together, because I knew that they had to in order for manifestation to happen. He changed his attention from how helpless he thought he was to how possible it was that he could succeed. He stopped thinking about the things he had done wrong in the past and realized that the only thing stopping him from healing was the way he was thinking. He worked on relaxing his body and meditating while picturing his daughter praising him for staying sober. He became fully involved in this picture, which showed him what he wanted to happen, feeling her hug and hearing her words. He knew that his conscious mind was like a camera, and his inner mind was like film that recorded and printed the picture. His goal was to make this positive picture stick in his mind by thinking about it over and over, and having faith that it would come true. He was able to change his inner mind. When he wanted to drink, he would take his mind off of the bad images and picture his daughter hugging him. Trusting that the picture he was making in his mind was real was the key to his success. Don't forget that your thoughts control the ship. If you change the way you think, your life will change too. Accept that your inner mind has unlimited power and the ability to heal. If you know you're a drinker, don't try to hide it. A lot of people stay alcoholic because they won't admit they are having trouble. Alcoholism is a sign of instability and a fear deep inside. You don't want to deal with the problems in life, so you hide through alcohol. It's funny that drinkers brag about how strong their willpower is, even though they don't have the power to back it up. They have no idea where to get that power. The drinker is locked up in his or her own mind by views, opinions, culture, and the things that happen around them. Like most people, they're creatures of habit who act in ways that are easy to guess. For a drinker to get sober, they need to come up with a mental picture of freedom and peace and let it reach their subconscious. Then, this all-powerful part of them can free them from the need for drink. Since the drinker now knows more about their mind, they can really believe what they say and show themselves their power. Their habits and views have formed their inner mind, but it can be changed. When an alcoholic wants to stop drinking more than they want to keep drinking, they are 51% healed. A stronger desire for freedom makes it much easier to reach full freedom. The drinker needs to change the way they think. It is possible to do this. Don't forget that what you focus on grows. If you think about bad things will happen to you. Your life will get better if you think about peace and luck. If you understand these mental rules, you can find new motivation and hope. By focusing on the idea of freedom, quitting the habit, and peace of mind, the drinker creates feelings and emotions that strengthen these ideas over time. The inner mind will accept and carry out any thought that makes you feel strong emotions. The drunkard needs to understand that bad things can lead to good things. Their pain hasn't been for nothing, but there's no reason to keep suffering. Alcoholism only gets worse over time, both mentally and physically. Say no to the urge right now. Know that the power of your mind is behind you. Think about the happiness and freedom that are waiting for you, even when sadness and shakes happen. This is how the law of replacement works. The bottle was all in your mind. Now let it lead you to freedom and peace of mind. Even though it might be uncomfortable, it's for the best. If you can get through it like a mother giving birth, you will also have a child of the mind. Recovery. You are controlled by your thoughts, even if you don't know it. You now fully understand that your subconscious mind will always believe the thoughts you feed it. If you think positively and peacefully, you can start to take charge of your life. A lot of people have asked me why they drink too much. Angry feelings toward a partner or job, jealousy, inferiority problems, or rejection are just a few of the reasons why people do this. When I worked with drinkers, I saw that they almost always had a strong sense of guilt. One of the men I helped was married and had 4 kids, but he was quietly living 2 lives. He felt guilty all the time, and it showed up in the form of health problems and trouble sleeping. He drank too much because he didn't want to feel the pain of his sorrow. He faced his problem, learned how his mind worked, and gave up his double life. As soon as he started to think about his problem logically, it went away. Saying things to himself like, "My mind is filled with peace, poise, equilibrium, and balance. Infinite power lies within me. I have no fear. Infinite intelligence leads, guides, and directs me. I am completely free from the habit. My mind is filled with inner peace, freedom, and joy. I forgive myself, and I am forgiven. Peace, sobriety, and confidence reign supreme in my mind." He said these things over and over again, knowing that they were planting themselves in his subconscious mind like seeds. He knew that his mind was like a garden, and that if he planted nice seeds there, he would get a lot of good fruit. As he felt these truths, the healing energies of the words reached his subconscious mind and erased the bad mental patterns that were making him sick. Remember that people may give reasons for drinking, but the real reason is that they are thinking negatively, which has thrown their emotions out of whack. What a person thinks in his heart, that person is. Old books often use the word heart to mean the inner mind. It means that you are what you think and feel in every part of your life. As Emerson said, "A man is what he thinks about all day long." This is what it all comes down to. Your thoughts, feelings, and how you respond to life are what cause the things that happen to you. The drinker or junkie wants to get away from a feeling of being shackled or being limited in their mind. They aren't sure of themselves or calm. When I told a woman that her son was spending her money on drink, I told her to stop giving him money. I told her that his words were useless without the power to back them up, but she believed him when he said he would quit. That power was somewhere he didn't know. I pulled him in for a lesson, and he reluctantly told me he was an alcoholic. This was the first thing that helped him get better. The reason many people stay alcoholic is because they refuse to admit they have a problem. This young man felt bad about himself and thought he wasn't worth anything. He felt like a king when he drank because it took him to a world of illusions. It made him think he was confident and able to handle things on his own. But one drink would set off a routine in my mind that would make me binge. He had made the opinion in his mind that he needed alcohol, and his inner mind, which is controlled by desire, would push him to drink more. What this young man went through is normal for drinkers. When someone takes their first drink, their subconscious mind sends a message telling them to keep drinking because of long-standing habits and training. Their deepest fears and beliefs become their master and decide how they should act. Beliefs, views, culture, and the things that happen around them often limit people. People have been taught to respond in certain ways, but life wants to speak through us, and everyone wants truth, peace of mind, plenty, and safety. When we understand this law of the mind, it lets us get what we really want for ourselves. Our failure to get what we want is at the heart of all the chaos, pain, and issues in the world. Make people understand how powerful their minds are. Tell them that the mind will make the end happen if they think about it, feel it, and stay true to their ideal. People who try to hide their wants have an unconscious urge to hurt themselves or forget about themselves. To be healthy, happy, and at peace with our minds, we need to believe in a power bigger than ourselves that lives in the deepest parts of our minds. This simple method has been around for a very long time. 1. Don't move. Stop thinking about things and fall into a dreamlike state. 2. Say a short line again. Pick an easy-to-remember line, like, "Peace of mind is mine now, and I give thanks." Say it out loud or to yourself for at least 5 minutes and feel how your subconscious mind reacts. 3. Picture it. Before you go to sleep, picture a loved one telling you, "Congratulations." You should be able to see, hear, and feel their touch. Congratulations sounds like complete freedom. This method is a strong way to get a thought into your subconscious mind. Don't forget that you go where your mind takes you. Wishful thinkers don't think their dreams are possible, but scientific thinkers see the end, the win, and keep their faith through every step of the trip. When doubt, fear, worry, or stress come up, look to your goal. If you trust it and believe in it, your inner mind will power it up and give you strength and confidence. Keep going forward until the sun comes up and the shades disappear. The 4th chapter is called Rewiring Your Subconscious Mind for Financial Freedom. When they run into money problems, most people don't have an unseen support system. It's hard for them when companies fail, the stock market drops, or assets disappear. This fear comes from not being able to access the endless resources of the inner mind. If someone thinks they are poor, they will actually be poor. What's more, someone whose mind is full of thoughts of plenty will have everything they need and more. Your words have the power to get rid of bad thoughts and replace them with good ones that make you feel good. Many people have told me over the years, "I've been affirming wealth and prosperity for weeks or months, but nothing has changed." The problem is that their affirmations often go against what they really believe. They feel like they're lying to themselves when they say, "I am wealthy." The conscious mind doesn't agree with their statements, which makes the opposite of what they want happen. When autosuggestion is detailed and doesn't cause internal disagreement, it works best. People who are having trouble with money should say to themselves, "I am being prospered in all my interests." This statement doesn't go against the subconscious mind's idea of lack, so it is easier to accept. A businessman who was having a hard time once repeated this statement to himself over and over in his office. "My sales are improving every day. I am advancing, progressing, and getting richer every day." This simple action engaged both his conscious and subconscious minds, which led to a big jump in sales. For success and wealth, say the words "success" and "wealth" over and over again every day. These words have a lot of power because they represent the power inside your subconscious mind. If you focus your mind on this strong power inside you, the conditions and events that go with it will show up in your life. If you keep thinking about these ideas, you will feel rich and successful. Remember that feeling rich makes you rich, and feeling successful makes you successful. Your inner mind is like a bank that will make anything you put in it bigger, good or bad. If you say things like, "There's not enough for everyone," "There's a shortage," or "I'll lose my mortgage," you're allowing bad things to happen. Your inner mind sees your fears and beliefs as requests, which brings problems, delays, lack, and restrictions into your life. Feelings of lack bring about more lack, while feelings of wealth bring about more wealth. Thoughts of success, wealth, happiness and peace should be in your mind every morning. If you think about these ideas a lot, they will eventually make their way into your mind and bring you wealth and happiness. It's possible that you haven't seen results because you've let fear-based thinking block out your positive statements. You don't dig up a seed when you plant it. In the same way, don't think about bad things too much when they come up. Focus on positive, helpful mantras instead, like, day and night, I am prospered in all my ways. Prosperity means getting better in all areas, including knowledge, wealth, and happiness. Money is a way to buy and sell things. It also stands for freedom, wealth, luxury, and class. When money moves, when you live your life easily and meet all your needs with extra, you are wealthy. In the same way that a doctor says you are healthy when your blood flows easily, you can say you are wealthy when money flows freely through your life. A lot of people fail when they run into money problems because they don't have an unseen support system. They don't know how to get information from the inner mind, which is a never-ending source. Your wealth and financial protection rely on how good you feel about your own financial situation. It's easy to feel worried or scared when you hear about a stock market crash, but remember that you have the power to create a sense of abundance in your own life. Negative affirmations like, I hate money, it's the root of all evil, will only keep money away from you. Instead, focus on positive affirmations that will help you become wealthy and successful. Focus on making it a part of your subconscious mind that money will always come into your life and meet your needs, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Having money is important for your financial health. You should have more than what you need. Start telling yourself over and over that money is great. Accept it, love it, and make friends with it. It will come to you more often if you love money. Love is a strong mental bond. You can't really be successful if you don't love what you do for a living. Love always grows and spreads. Love the thought of being rich until it comes true. When money moves easily in a country, its economy does well. Write this in big letters in your mind. What you love, you increase. In the same way, it's important to have a good flow of money in your life, especially in your mind. Think about all the good things you can do with your money and believe that money is good. You can become a mental conduit through which a steady flow of wealth can enter and leave your body. If you're having money problems, it means you haven't been able to tell your mind that you'll always have enough and more. Some people only work a few hours a week and make a lot of money. They don't fight or work hard. Don't accept the myth that hard work is the only way to get rich or be successful. Living a simple life is the best way to live. Do what you love just because it makes you happy. If you love what you do, sing at work. You will be successful if you love what you do. A high-level professional I know makes a good living, but he took 10 months to cruise the world and enjoy its beauty. He has told his subconscious mind that he is very valuable. He told me that many people in his company made a lot less money but knew the business better and could run it better because they didn't have desire or vision. He thinks that money is a deep-seated belief. Just saying that won't make you a millionaire. Building up your thoughts about money and success is how you develop a wealth awareness. One of our students used to work as a low-paid salesman, but in just 1 month he was promoted to sales manager and got a big raise. What's his secret? He told himself every morning while shaving, I am rich, I am very successful. Within a few weeks, he was promoted ahead of 80 other sellers. The idea of wealth was etched into his subconscious mind by this calm, repeated statement. Should I only focus on getting a certain amount, like $1,000, is a question that comes up a lot in our lessons. The right way to think about money is as an excess, not as a set amount. The reason for this is that whatever you think about and feel grows like seeds in the ground. Nature is rich and full. Feel better about yourself. The world will give you pennies if you make a deal with it. A lot of people want more money, but have a mental habit of not having enough. They make that happen, even though they could do a lot more. Here's an easy way to become more aware of your wealth. Affirm several times a day, "I love money. I use it wisely. It flows through my life. I give it away with joy, and it comes back to me in a big way." This will help you have a good relationship with money. Do not criticize it. What you reject can't come to you. If you want to be truly wealthy, you need to keep having great ideas that come to you from deep inside. This method was used by a young agent who wanted to make more money. He woke up one morning with the idea to write a short story about his life. It was approved, which led to more paid work. He thought of ways to get rich on his own. Your mind can also come up with new ideas for books, plays, or products. A sales manager I knew got ideas for promotions as soon as he woke up and went on to become president of the business. In your head, there are always new thoughts going around. There is an endless amount ready to flow into your mind and show up as money in a huge number of different ways. This process keeps going even when the market changes. Not having stocks, bonds, or money in the bank doesn't make you rich. These are just signs. But if you tell your mind that money is yours and always moving around, you'll have it no matter what form it takes. Your views hold you back if you think that getting rich depends on your job or working more hours. Things happen because of other things. Stress and worry about money make lack worse. Your mood is what caused you to have less money. Another feeling that leads to lack is envy. Seeing a competitor put a lot of money while you only have a small amount could make you feel envious. To get past this, tell your mind, "Isn't that great? I'm happy for their success and wish them even more." This will reinforce the thought of plenty. Having jealous thoughts is bad for you. Money leaves you instead of coming to you. If someone else's wealth bothers you, say right away that you really want them to be richer in every way. This stops you from having bad thoughts and brings you more money. Some people always have money problems and judge those who have done well. "That guy is crooked, cruel, and a scoundrel," they say. This is why they don't have enough. They are against what they want. They are greedy and jealous. The best way to get rid of wealth is to criticize people who have it. Put the blame on someone else or something else right away. The key to making money is to use your thinking in the right way. It has an infinite amount of resources behind you that are waiting to be expressed through you. It's all in your head if you're having money problems. Get around the block by coming to an agreement with everyone. If you want to fall asleep tonight, say the word wealth over and over again with feeling and peace. You'll be shocked by what happens. Avalanches of money should come your way. This is another thing that the inner mind can do. Chapter 5 is about the power of your subconscious mind to solve issues. Before you get married is the best time to avoid getting divorced. Problems in marriage start when you don't know about your inner skills. Learn how to find the right match. If you want to find a partner, don't think about the things that keep you from getting married. Instead, think about the good things about being married. "I can't" should not be in your language. Those who think they can do it will. What you think about your inner mind comes true. Start to impress it with the things you want in a partner. Try using this method. Close your eyes, find a quiet place, and talk to your mind. You can tell your subconscious mind things like, "I am now attracting an honest, sincere, loyal, kind, faithful, and prosperous partner. They are peaceful and happy. These qualities are sinking into my subconscious mind and becoming a part of me. I know there's a law of attraction, and I attract a partner in line with my subconscious beliefs. This will help you find a partner with the qualities you want. The rule of your mind that can't be changed, says that your inner intelligence will make it possible for you to meet. Want to do your best in love, respect, and working together. Allow yourself to receive this love gift from your subconscious mind. Getting married should be a sign of love. Being sincere, honest, kind, and honest are all kinds of love. All the time, both people should be honest with each other. When someone gets married for money, fame, or pride, it's not a real marriage. There is no earnestness or truth. It's not from the heart. Women who get married to feel safe are abusing the mind's rules. She feels safe because she knows her inner skills and uses the rules of her mind in a good way. It's silly to get married for money or revenge. There should be real love and a sense of togetherness between a man and a woman. Hearts joined together in love, freedom, and honor. The heart, which is where feelings live, is where adultery starts. If you hate, dislike, or criticize your partner, you've already cheated on them in your heart. Adultery is using your thoughts and feelings in a bad way. It is the mind that is immoral. Actions come after mental states, not the other way around. Remember that you're not doomed if you made a mistake and are now unhappy in your marriage. Things can be different for you. You would get up if you fell in a hole. Get up and go. The same goes for a marriage that you can't stand. You're mentally split up if your heart and mind are somewhere else. It's crazy to stay together in these situations. Marriage brings two hearts together. Hearts that aren't joined in love and peace can't be married. A young couple I know just got married and seemed happy at first, but now they are thinking about getting a divorce. The way of thinking that made them fall in love must be kept up if they want to keep their marriage. A few small fights don't hurt anyone. The anger that stays around does. If hurt feelings don't go away, they can hurt the bond. If a man thinks about what his wife did and gets angry, he could end the marriage if he doesn't forgive and show love. In order to get along better with his wife and other people, he needs to work on being kind and thoughtful. Take on a state of balance to find peace and harmony. Most of the time, a grumpy wife wants love and attention and feels ignored. The fastest way for her to lose her husband is to keep nagging him to change. Instead of pointing out flaws, both partners should focus on the good things about the other person. Talking about marriage problems with friends or family members makes the partner feel bad and makes you feel bad too. It's not always good to get advice from family members. When two people live together, they will always fight. Deal with disagreements in secret and don't criticize your partner. Don't be afraid to praise each other in front of kids. It's not okay for a husband to try to make his wife more like him. These kinds of attempts usually end in anger and the end of the marriage. Try not to change your partner. Instead, focus on the things that are wrong with you. If you're having trouble with your marriage, be clear about what you want and work toward it. A woman brought peace back to her home by focusing on harmony and ignoring the fact that her husband drank too much. Being angry only makes things worse. Trust your inner mind to find the best answer as you focus on what you really want. When used correctly, the subconscious mind can bring peace where there is conflict and even end a bad marriage. If you still love each other, don't let anger and pride get in the way of your marriage. Kindness, love, and friendship can help you find your partner again. You can make your marriage more beautiful and happy by using your inner mind to fix problems and make your partner feel better. 6th chapter. Using your subconscious to find your true self. In a recent college class about how the subconscious mind works, a man told us about an interesting event. He had been stuck on a problem for days and couldn't figure it out. But while he was shaving one day, the answer came to him all of a sudden. Why? In that moment of calm, his inner mind was able to come to the surface with the knowledge and insight it needed because it wasn't being pushed by his conscious mind. In this case, the man had been following a certain plan. He would give his problem to his subconscious mind before going to sleep, believing that the answer would come to him. And it did, often when he woke up, when his conscious mind was still sleepy and his subconscious mind could speak clearly. Ever feel like a problem is too big for you to handle? There's a lot of fear and stress in our responses, but they make things worse. The things we feed our inner mind get stronger and make our feelings stronger. It's like a bank where we always put money in. When we need to be strong and sure of ourselves, fear, anger and pessimism will be what we get. We will get a lot of happiness, love and peace back from our subconscious mind if we start to put them there. Our harvest will be wealth and good luck. How then can we use this power? We need to change the way we think. When we have a problem, we need to think positively and without fear about how to solve it. We can make things happen in our inner mind, but only if we tell it to. To relax our mind and body, all we have to do is think about the answer and trust that our inner mind will find it. We can tell ourselves over and over, "The answer is mine now. I know my subconscious mind knows the answer." Then we let our minds wander on this thought until we fall asleep. The answer will often come to us when we wake up or even when we're doing something else. Always keep in mind that our inner mind is very powerful. It's a never-ending source of thoughts and ideas that can help us if we know how to tap into it. Put down good thoughts right now and you'll see your life change. Once upon a time, I came across a magazine cutting that told the story of how Dr. Banting found insulin. He had been studying diabetes for a long time, and one night he woke up with the answer: take the material from a dog's pancreatic duct that had become damaged. Since then, this discovery has helped a lot of people. So, don't give up if you don't get a word right away. Sometimes it can take weeks or even months. Your inner mind will keep going over your problem every night before bed, as if you've never thought about it before. The delay could happen because you think the problem is too big or hard to solve. Always keep in mind that your inner mind doesn't work in time or space. As you fall asleep, tell yourself that you already know the truth and the way out. Don't put it off until later. Have faith in the result, no matter what. Right now, as you read this, tell yourself that the perfect answer and solution is already there. This easy method has been used for a long time to get your inner mind to answer. Think calmly about what you want, whether it's an answer, a strategy that works for everyone, or the right choice. Just before bed is the best time to do this. Put your mind at ease, relax your body, and tell yourself that you're going asleep. You'll feel sleepy, but you'll still be awake and able to focus. The person next door might be crying or walking around the house, and you might hear them. You're somewhere between being awake and asleep, like in a dream. This is what the Nancy School of Therapy calls a state reverie. When you're sleepy and meditating, you let your subconscious mind handle your issue or request. The above steps are the best way to make this shift happen. Do not force anything or use your strength. Just picture the end result, the answer, or the free state. Be completely innocent and simple about it, like a child who always believes in magic. Think about how you would be without the problem. Take away all the things that make the process hard. Most of the time, the easy way is the best. Look at this case. I lost a very important ring that was passed down through my family. I looked everywhere but couldn't find it. I made the choice to do what I say. I talked to my inner mind like it was a person that night before I went to sleep. I told her, "You know everything. You know where that ring is. Now show it to me." The next morning, I woke up early thinking, "Ask Robert." Even though it seemed odd, I went with my gut. If you believe your inner mind, it will always answer. Robert said, "Oh yeah, I picked it up on the sidewalk in front of your house. It's in my drawer. It didn't look very valuable, so I didn't say anything." A young man recently told an interesting story in class. It looked like his dad had died without leaving a will. But his aunt said that their father had told her about a will that would be fair for everyone. No matter how hard they tried, the will stayed elusive. During our class on the mind's psyche, this young man made the choice to use what he had learned. As he fell asleep, he told himself, "I now give this request to my subconscious mind. It knows exactly where the will is. Show it to me." He then shortened his request to one word, "Answer," and repeated it over and over until he was asleep. He had a very clear dream that night in which he saw the name and address of a Los Angeles bank. He went there and found a safe deposit box filed in the name of his father. Inside was the lost will that made everything right between them. Our inner mind has a lot of power, as this story shows. Focusing our thoughts before bed wakes up a strong force inside us. Imagine that you're in a tough spot. What should you do? Should you stay put, sell your house, buy some stocks, end a relationship, or move to a new city? What you can do is this. Take a moment to think about the general law of action and response. The action is your thought, and the reply is the answer from your inner mind. Your inner mind reacts and thinks about things. It repeats, pays, and comes back. It is called the law of communication. When you think about the right thing to do, you'll automatically have a reaction or answer inside you. Your inner mind, which is very smart, starts to work through you now that you've tapped into it. From that point on, the all-knowing and all-powerful subjective knowledge inside you will tell you what to do. You will make the right choice. In this case, you will only do the right thing because you feel compelled to do it. To go in the right way or do the right thing, you need to keep your mind on the right solution until you feel its answer inside you. The feeling, the deep knowing, or the strong gut that tells you that you know is the answer. The power is now starting to work against you because you've used it so much. There is no way to fail or make a mistake when you follow the advice of your mind. To understand how the mind works and its dual nature, picture a gardener choosing what kind of seed to put. The mind that is aware plants the seed in the ground. You know that anything planted will grow, even grapes and thorns. The inner mind is like the ground. In the same way, it has everything it needs to grow. Like the earth, it doesn't care what it makes, though. It doesn't matter if it grows an apple tree or a pear tree. All of nature's rules would be broken if plants that are poisonous could not be grown in the ground. The subconscious is the same way. It does things and never asks or answers you. It takes in what you put in it and gives you back what you put in, good or bad. Learn how to use your inner mind in a good, smart, and sensible way. Remember that you will always get help with the thing you think about the most. The inner mind doesn't care about people or have preferences. If you think about how to set fires without getting caught, you'll come up with various damaging ways to use fire. Universal energy isn't harmful in and of itself, but it can be used to do good or bad things. Think about the power of atoms. We know that people's thoughts are what put them in danger. He can heat or light a house with it, or kill a lot of people with it. That which you usually think tells you what to do. Worrying about your fears, problems, and past mistakes will lead you astray and cause you more chaos and confusion. Take in this strong thought. There is nothing in the world to be afraid of. You are in charge if you know how to use your inner mind well. Take a moment to think of a lovely lake on top of a mountain. The night is quiet and still. On the still lake's surface, you can see the moon, the stars, and maybe even the trees in the area. You can't see the stars or the moon if the lake is moving. In the same way, calm down, let go, and clear your thoughts. Picture calm and peace. Then the answer to your question will show up in the calm seas of your thoughts. The 7th chapter is called Rewiring Your Subconscious to Conquer Fear. Emerson once famously said, "Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain." The author of this text had terrible stage fright once. His plan to get through it? He faced the crowd and did the thing he was afraid of, and the fear went away. You can use the power of your brain when you make a clear choice and say out loud that you want to get over your fears. That is, it reacts to the way you think. Someone in our class told us that he was asked to speak at a dinner, but the thought of talking to 1,000 people scared him. He got over his fear by saying to himself every night for 5 minutes, "I am mastering this fear. I am overcoming it now. I speak with poise and confidence. I am relaxed and at ease." He used a mental law to help him get over his fear. It is possible to influence and change the inner mind. It works like osmosis. When you rest and clear your mind, things from your aware mind move into your subconscious mind. These good thoughts will grow in your mind as they take root, and you will feel calm and peaceful. A young woman with a beautiful voice was asked to try out, but she had already failed 3 times because she was nervous on stage. I showed her an easy way to do something. She would be alone 3 times a day, close her eyes, and rest her body. Then, when fear came up, she would tell herself, "I sing beautifully. I am poised, confident, and calm." She would say this to herself slowly, quietly, and with feeling 5 to 10 times during each session. Within a week, she was totally calm and sure of herself, and her tryout was amazing. If you use this method with faith and trust, you will surely die of fear. A lot of people have suggested forgetfulness during tests. They know the answers, but they can't think of them when the test comes up. This short-term forgetfulness is caused by the fear of failing. This fear caused a smart medical student to keep failing tests. When I told him this, I told him that his strong negative thoughts about fear were coming true in his mind. He was basically telling his subconscious to make sure he failed. He learned to imagine that his mother was congratulating him while holding a made-up letter of praise. The letter felt real to him. He set off a similar reaction in his mind by thinking about this happy result. His all-knowing and all-powerful brain took over and told his conscious mind what to do. He thought about the end goal, which made him want the ways to get there. His next tests went very well, and he passed with flying colors. Force is the rule of the mind. Lifts, heights, and even swimming scare a lot of people. Most of the time, these fears come from bad situations in the past. As a child, I had a stressful event when I fell into a pool and almost drowned. I was afraid of water for years. As a younger counselor told me, I should go to the pool, look at the water, and say out loud, "I am going to master you. I can master you." After that, I was to take lessons to get over my fear. I learned that when you do what you're afraid of, the fear goes away. It was only a thought in my mind. By changing the way I thought, the all-powerful mind reacted by giving me the strength, faith, and confidence to get over my fear. The subconscious mind started to use me because I used it so much. This is a tried and true way to get over your fears that I teach. Try it out. You might be scared of water, heights, job interviews, auditions, or even small areas. If swimming scares you, start by sitting still 3 or 4 times a day for 5 or 10 minutes. Picture yourself swimming. Feel how cool the water is and how your arms and legs move. In your mind, make it real, bright, and happy. This is not just thinking for fun. Knowing that what you experience on a personal level will take root in your inner mind, you use your thoughts. Then you'll feel driven to share the picture and description of what you've stored in your thoughts. That's how the mind works. The fear will go away as you keep training your mind in this way, picturing yourself in the water and loving it. It will be easy for you to get into the water, and you'll do well. You are now aware of how to use the amazing power of your mind, which is full of knowledge and strength. Depending on the type of call or request, this power rules and controls you. What an amazing thing to know, and even more amazing to use. The head of a big company told me one time that he used to walk around the block 5 or 6 times before going to see a client. He was once told by his sales manager, "Don't let the bogeyman behind the door scare you." The idea that there is a bogeyman is not true. His boss told him to always face his worries head on, and they would go away. So, face your fears straight on. You can find a feeling or sensation that makes you feel good about yourself, confident in your skills, and satisfied with reaching your goals by telling yourself, "I can do it." If you're not sure about taking that job or making that move, say, "I'm going to make it." A thought of fear is just an idea. A thought of confidence is much stronger. Think about positive, happy things to get rid of the fear in your mind. A priest once talked about what it was like to be a soldier in World War II and jump out of a broken plane into the bush. He was scared, but he knew there were 2 kinds of fear, normal and abnormal. Fear is a good thing. The law of self-preservation tells your inner mind that you are in danger. "John," he told himself, "you can't give in to your fear. Your fear is a desire for safety, for a way out." He knew that birds had a subjective intelligence that led them to food and told them where to go in the summer and winter. His affirmation was, "The infinite intelligence that guides the planets on their course is leading and guiding me out of this jungle now." He said this out loud for at least 10 minutes. Then, inside him, something changed. He felt more sure of himself and began to walk. He luckily came out of the bush after a few days and was saved by a plane. His change in how he thought saved him. The answer to his problem was to accept the subjective knowledge and power that was inside him. He knew that he would probably have died if he had given in to his fear. When you feel afraid, quickly think of the opposite of what you're afraid of. Thinking about scary things over and over again can cause abnormal fear, phobias, and complexes. Focusing on how hard your problem is will only make you feel panicked and scared, which will make you weak and sick. To get over this kind of fear, you need to know that the power of your mind can always change the real world. Know that your thoughts and feelings are being read by an endless mind. Go within and claim your good. Think about the end. Feel the thrill of success. The inner proof of what will actually happen is what you feel and think to be true. Your mind can set you free. When you feel scared, think about the answer, the good finish. Don't fight against bad or scary thoughts. Instead, turn on the love, peace, and trust that are already inside you. A lot of our fears are made up. A CEO once told me that he was afraid of losing his job and was always picturing himself failing. His creative mind made this loss seem much worse than it really was, and he became anxious and irritable, which caused him to lose his job. His mind was constantly being fed negative images and hints of fear, which made it respond in kind. This caused him to make mistakes and bad choices that led to his failure. There was no reason for this man's fear. He would not have been fired if he had quickly changed his mind to the opposite. Thoughts and ideas, whether positive or negative, can never come true unless we make them passionate. Thoughts, ideas, and concepts have to get into our mind before they can have an effect on us, for better or worse. Most of your worries, fears, and uncertainties probably didn't come true when you look back on your life. That's because you didn't make them feel bad. Having productive and good thoughts all the time is the key to getting rid of fear. Think about love, peace, and unity. Think about your ideas, your goals, and the good things you want to happen in your life. If you do that, an unseen movement in your mind will take place that will change your world into a reflection of your thoughts and pictures. During a recent speaking trip around the world, I talked with a well-known head of government for 2 hours. He said that he was very calm and at ease inside, and that neither the rival party nor the media had ever made fun of him publicly. He would sit in silence for 15 minutes every morning and find that a huge ocean of peace was at the heart of who he was. He was able to get through a lot of problems and worries with the help of this type of meditation. There are two parts to your mind: the conscious mind, which is where you think, and the vast unconscious or subconscious depths of your mind, which are like an ocean full of forgotten worries and bad ideas. I met a man in New Delhi who was deeply sad, had strange fears, and had awful sinuses. From our talk, I learned that he hated his dad for giving his brother the whole estate. He felt very guilty about what he did after his anger turned into it. He was deeply afraid of being punished because he felt guilty, and it showed up as sinuses and headaches. This man understood that his problem was caused by his guilt about what he had done. He told his dad he was sorry and wished him peace, happiness, and unity. It was good that he cried for a long time. Everything that was stuck in his mind came out when it opened up. His congestion went away, and he stopped having migraines. The fear of being punished that had been living in his mind was gone. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. He saved me from all my worries, is a great way to get rid of fear. The Lord is an old word for your subconscious mind. Find out how your mind really works and how to use its amazing skills. Learn the powerful methods shared here and start using them right away. Watch your inner mind react, and you'll live a life without any fears. In conclusion, inside you, you have the power to make your biggest dreams come true. You can change your reality and attract the success, health, and happiness you deserve by using the powerful methods of autosuggestion that Joseph Murphy taught. This audio isn't just a plan for how to reach your goals. It's a call to completely change who you are and make the life you've always wanted come true. Accept that your mind has endless options and start a journey of self-discovery and strength.